Hello, welcome back to my little channel. This is my second knitting podcast, and I'm so excited. I have quite a few projects to update you on. And if you haven't been here before, my name is Mallory. I am a bit of a maker. I like to knit, obviously, sew, which is kind of new, uh, drawing, painting on occasion, crocheting on occasion, woodworking on occasion, literally whatever I can like get access to, I will try at least once. Anyway, so I have the acquisition to talk about today. I have two finished objects, three work in progresses, and then at the end I'm kind of going to talk about like my queue and plans upcoming. The first thing I'm going to talk about is my fabric acquisition, and here it is. I'm so excited. The color palette is magical. I'm so excited. Anyway, I think I said that 3 times. So I'm going to make the Connie Tree skirt by Sid Graham, and I was kind of thinking of doing like some quilt squares in these colors. And then for the bias binding, I'm going to use the blue. I know it's not like necessarily a Christmassy color, but I think they go really well together. It'll make it a little more unique, and it is wintry. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm hoping to get to that in the next week or two. So for finished objects, I am wearing one, and this is the Vilma top by Gregoria Fibers. I knit this in Manos Uruguay Maxima shade Natural, and I believe I knit size 4. I'm pretty sure I was on gauge. I'm not the best at getting on gauge, even if I can. I don't want to. Anyway, um, I'm overall really happy with this. I found some buttons that match perfectly at my local yarn store, and I was gonna go with something like a little more unique, stand out, whatever, but I think with the detail that's in the project, the simple ones kind of look really nice. And I think the oval is a little unique. So anyway, really happy with it. My only complaint is I wish it was a little longer, but if I would have done a another repeat, I felt like it would have been too long. So it's fine. I wear a lot of high-waisted pants, or primarily high-waisted pants, so it'll be fine. Oh, and I'm also wearing funny enough, the Sid Graham Lane paints today, which I finished I think this week. Not going to go into much more detail other than I love them, and they're like my I think third or fourth pair of those that I've made, because like a wide leg elastic waistband pant. Say less. Anyway, my next finished object is these are the rag socks. I'll put the full name on the screen. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it. This is knit in Why Not Fibers in the yarn Steady in the shade Budding Maple. Um, I'm so happy with this. I literally casted them off this morning, and I have not blocked them. I will wash them, but I probably won't block them because I don't care to block socks that I'm going to wear. Anyway, if you have a reason that I should, please let me know. I did modify these quite a bit. I kind of used the pattern as a like a reference and guide more than like a strict instructions. Like I cast it on less on the toe. I think like maybe 4 less than the pattern called, 2 to 4 less. And then my like overall width is I think 2 stitches less than what it called for. I just kind of wanted them a little more snug, and I also like just kind of did the length however I felt made sense. Um, And then I also, so the reason they're 2 stitches less is because I wanted multiples of 4, so I could do a 3x1. I saw another pattern that had 3x1, but it was cuffed down, and I don't like cuffed down. So I, yeah, just modified it a little bit to get the 3x1, and I love them. Um, what else do I have to say about these? I don't know, but I really like them. I'm excited. I love knit socks. I don't entirely love knitting socks, but this is these were my first um, non-fingering weight pair. This is I think a Aran or a worsted weight, and it knit up so fast. Like I think if I would have done these like in a few days straight, like it it really only would have taken me like a couple days. So very happy with these. Really obsessed with this color right now. This like plum burgundy type shade is beautiful. Next are my whips, and this one is kind of the most boring. There's very little progress. I think I showed this last week when I had done like an inch, so, or not last week, like a month ago. um, yeah, not much to update here. I did like another inch. This is my on the go project, so I don't work on it very much, and I don't. I've been taking my other projects, even though they're bigger and bulkier. I've been taking those on the go. So next one I have is my Micaela sweater. This is by, I believe, Marisa Knit. I'm not sure if it's Marisa or Moreca. I think I've heard both. But I think I'm just about done with the body. I think there is ribbing or some sort of nice edging. But I have this much left, and I think I'm going to go until I get that far, and then I'll cast on like new skeins and do the bottom there. I usually will, finish the skein, and then like once I get to the underarm, I'll switch to the sleeves. But because there wasn't like a ton left, I kind of just kept going. But anyway, I'm pretty excited to wear this. I know I still have a ways, but I'm almost to Sleeve Island. Last work in progress is the Olga sweater that I am making for my fiance. This is the first sweater I'll be gifting, and he's gonna know about it because he already does know about it. I tried to make him a hat last year and it ended up being too small, and one day I'll reknit that. But anyway, I finished the first skeins and then I cast it on a sleeve. I like to finish the sleeves ideally, before I do the body because I want to get Sleeve Island over with. And then I'll also probably do the neckline pretty soon. That way he can try it on kind of the last time, I think. That way he won't have to totally know what it looks like before it's done. But anyway, pretty happy with my progress on this so far. It has been, besides the socks, kind of like my main focus. And I love Olga. I don't know. They like the fit on me is just perfect. I don't even care if it has stripes or not. The fit is like exactly what I'm looking for. Anyway, that's all my whips. So in my queue is to reknit my Maggie vest, and I told myself that I will not. I'm not even gonna frog it until I'm done with the Olga jacket or the Olga sweater because I don't want to get sucked into another project when I have to finish that one by Christmas. I did kind of ask you guys last month if I should frog it or not, and I think most people did say to frog it. I even asked like some friends and whatnot, and yeah, I just don't think I'm gonna wear it if it's not the size that I'm looking for. So I'm going to redo that. It's kind of sad, but I don't know, exciting at the same time. And then I ordered yarn for these sailor slippers. Of course, how could I not? And I'm so excited. I actually like ordered them and then a few days later ordered more for like a gift set, or a gift pair, and I'm really excited about that as well. I'm kind of excited about all of the things. I think knitting is bringing me a lot of joy right now. Um, and then the last thing, which is another one that I cannot cast on in my brain until I finish the Olga sweater, is the new Norma, which I talked about last knitting podcast because I got the yarn for it. And yeah, I'm just really excited about it. It's gonna be so a brown sweater. Brown is like really calling to me this year. It's so cozy. Anyway, I think that's all I have. I feel like I might have talked really fast, but I'd love to hear what you're working on. I'd love to hear if you're working on any of the same things or also like what you are gifting. If you're gifting any knits this year, I'd love to hear about it. Any of the craft projects, knitting or not, please let me know what you're working on.